Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So in this tutorial we are going to create a vector search a vector search index. So let me just actually correct this. Okay, cool. And I've also installed a screen brush, so maybe I'm gonna use that a little bit to show you guys. So yeah, we're going to create a vector search index, and basically the embeddings that we created in our previous tutorial, which was this thing, if you guys remember. So yeah, these embeddings that we created before, we're going to store them into the vector search Vertex AI thing. If you guys remember, this was the JSON file we created last time, in which there was an ID, and then a text was the chunk that the embedding belonged to, and then the next part was the the actual embedding, which was like huge. As you can see, this is the whole embedding, and this is where the next sentence actually starts. So this was the whole embedding for all the words that were present in the first chunk. So let's start with this thing. And yeah, I have actually added a couple of as you can see here, reference for you guys to look into. If I open this, you would be able to see the code and like some background information about this. So basically this is how this thing can be performed. This is the official document. So as you can see, we would be initializing AI platform, and then after that we would be initializing the index. This is the setup part. In the setup part, we need to provide dimensions. So basically that would be the dimension of each of our embedding. And so the first thing obviously we'll be doing is we'll be trying to we'll be finding out the dimensions of our embeddings, and then we'll be using that here. Other than that, some of these others, these other things, obviously you can look into it if you have more time. But yeah, this is in general how you can at least set up the index. After setting up the index, obviously you would need to deploy the index. So deploying is the second part, and then deploy that as an endpoint. And then after that, you would need to after that, obviously we can use that endpoint to perform our inferences. So yeah, but we would be doing the inference part in the next tutorial. In this tutorial, we would only be creating this vertex search vector search index. So let's begin with this thing. So obviously the first thing we're going to do is we'll be creating our we'll try to find our embedding dimensions. As you can see on screen, it's 768. That's the dimension of each of our, I believe, sentence. The next part obviously is to set up the code that we saw before. In this code, we are initializing AI platform, and we are passing this embedding dimensions, embedding dimensionality in here, as you can see. And the rest of the part, like some of them are default, and some of them are just our what we saw before. We are also specifying our embeddings path. So if you guys remember, this embeddings path is what we it's the path to our embedding.json file in Google Cloud Storage. So it's actually this path. If you guys remember, this is what we stored, so it's actually this whole path. Okay, so yeah, we are giving this thing, and we are creating as you can see, a vector search index. And if I run this part, this might take a little bit, so just hold on. And yeah, while this is by the way working, we can also see this thing live. So if I just search Vertex AI, and if I go inside that, and if I show you guys the vector search, so this I would be, so I need to click on the area. Yeah, so as you can see, this is being created right now. This is the time. Okay, as you can see, it's actually almost nighttime in here, but I'm still recording this tutorial, which is fine for me. But yeah, by the way, I am creating this in the same location as the region in which I created the bucket. If you don't do this, then you would have problem of your index not being able to read that JSON file. So it's better to create it in the same location. Okay, so for me the location was obviously Montreal. Yeah, so this is the location I created in, and it is creating right now. So just we need to just wait until this is done. Okay, once this is finished, we are going to create a endpoint. So basically endpoint would be something that would help us to publicly, or use this as a, you could say, as a request that we can make. and then we need to, once we create that endpoint, we would need to deploy this endpoint. So we would need to run this part of the code after we have finished this part of the code. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait until this is finished, and then I'm gonna do this. So I'll just pause the video recording right now, and then I'll come back when this is done. Alright guys, so welcome back. As you can see, we started at this point and it's almost 12 minutes, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, this is how much it's gonna take. You can, by the way, deploy from here as well, but we're going to deploy it from this point. So first of all, we're going to create this endpoint, and then we're going to deploy that endpoint. So I'm just gonna run this part, and I believe this would also take a little bit of time as well. But if you want, you can also like see this thing being created in here and then getting deployed as well. So in here you would be able to see this thing getting deployed. So yeah, we're just going to wait a little bit for this one as well. If this takes a little more time, then maybe I'll have to pause the video as well. But yeah, that's the case. Yeah, we're just deploying this. Once this thing gets deployed, we're going to further use this thing in basically making inference. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys after this thing finishes deploying. Alright, welcome back guys. So as you can see, after running for like almost 15 minutes, the code here, it timed out, and as you can see, it says 900 seconds. If you come across this error, this kind of error, all you need to do is just go and check at the part in which it was saying that it's deploying. If you just refresh the page, and you would probably be seeing that after some time this would deploy by itself. So I'm just gonna wait until like this thing finishes. Although the code timed out, this was something I was actually expecting. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait until this thing finishes deploying, and then after that we could see this whole thing. So let me see if there's so yeah, this thing, although it's saying it's still deploying, we could probably, I don't know, just leave this the way in which it is, and once that thing finishes deploying, we can then go ahead and use this thing, this endpoint. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I'm just gonna wait. Maybe in the next tutorial I'll show you guys once this finishes. But yeah, that's probably, I guess that's pretty much it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we are going to use this endpoint, the one that is going to be deployed. We're going to use that, and then we are going to perform inference. This would be a sample inference, and then after that, in the next tutorial after that, we are going to like actually perform, we'll be having an LLM, and we will be like completing the RAG cycle. So see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching.